Through a dear friend's request, this week's video is for all of you out there who have to sit quite a bit throughout the day. Prolonged sitting is very hard on the body, resulting in decreased metabolism, which can cause weight gain. It's hard on your heart, which can also result in a shortened lifespan. And it's also very hard on your joints and your low back, often causing low back pain. Luckily, there are stretches that can really help to manage these conditions, and that's what I'll be outlining in this video. I hope you find great value with the video, and be sure to hit the subscribe button for more informational videos regarding physical therapy and how they can improve your life. Research has shown if you can get up every 15 to 20 minutes throughout the day, and or if you're a fidgeter, say tapping your finger or bumping your knee, this can really help to negate some of the long-term negative health outcomes from prolonged sitting. Beyond that, there are 5 stretches that I've found to be quite effective in my practice to help to prevent pain from prolonged sitting. If you are a prolonged driver, I would recommend carrying some kind of a mat with you that you can use when you stop in case the ground is wet or it's not exactly clean and you're wanting to work on these stretches. That way you can just use that mat, put it in the back, clean it, and use it periodically throughout the day when you have to. So the first exercise for today is referred to as prone on elbows, meaning laying face down. As previously discussed, hopefully you can have a mat with you if you're traveling on the road, or if you're at home or at the office, just perform on the floor. To do this stretch, you want to lay down, come down onto your elbows, and prop yourself up. This is the stretch for your back and your hip flexors, so you may feel it either in the front of your hips or your low back. All stretches should be held for 30 seconds, and I'd recommend 2 cycles through the stretches. If you don't feel much of a stretch here, I would recommend to push yourself up until you feel more of a stretch. Now you're trying to do a lot of that with the actual strength of your low back to lift yourself up, not so much just propping yourself up. If you feel pain that's more than 5, I would definitely back off that stretch. This really helps to counterbalance some of that forward flexion we do when sitting, which can make the back quite tight and stiff. The second stretch, building on this, is to increase the intensity of the hip flexor stretch, because many of us might not feel a stretch with this position. So going up onto hands and knees, and then bringing one leg forward into what's called a hip flexor stretch, or lunge stretch. Now, I like to increase the intensity of the stretch by turning to the opposite side of the side being stretched, crossing the hands for more stability, and looking in that direction. You can even increase the intensity by further rotating in the opposite direction. Again, 30-second hold. Following that, you want to switch to the other side. So the next stretch is for the piriformis. The piriformis is a small muscle in the glute that can atrophy and tighten quite a bit with sitting and relates to issues such as sciatica and also low back pain. So to stretch this muscle, we want to cross one leg over the other gently. And if you're not feeling much of a stretch there, you want to again gently push down with this hand on the knee until you feel a moderate stretch. You want to hold that stretch for 30 seconds and then switch to the other side. Now again, this relates to sciatica, low back pain, because the sciatic nerve pierces through the piriformis. So for sitting quite a bit throughout the day, you may be experiencing pain down your leg or numbness and tingling referred to as sciatica. And this is one of the best stretches to prevent that issue. So again, 30 seconds on one side and then switch. Cross over and gently push down if you need to feel that moderate stretch. So the next stretch is to stretch out your chest. When sitting and especially driving for prolonged durations, it can bring our head forward and round our shoulders, and that can add to tension and pain in the neck and the back. One of the best ways to do this is with a strap of some kind, even something as simple as a belt. So you take that strap and you put it behind your back like so. You can choke up on it as far as you need to get that stretch. And by arching your back a little bit, you can also get a nice lower back stretch. Just looking straight ahead, again holding for 30 seconds. If you don't have a strap with you or you don't have anything you can use, what you can also do is just either go up to your car or to a wall and try to open up your body, stretching your chest. So the final stretch for today is a back bend. So again, when sitting for prolonged durations and especially driving, this tends to pull us forward in this position. And so part of that is to fight against that position. So you can either go up to a nearby wall, or if you have a high enough car, your car itself, put your hands behind you and stretch your back by bending at your waist backwards. You can look up, you can look out. Now, in addition to this, if I was going to add any one tool to this program, I would add a foam roller. The reason why that is that it can really help to stretch your back out, getting back into that extension position that I keep discussing. Probably not something you're going to want to do on the road, because even with your mat, the roller's going to be off the mat. It's not exactly going to be clean for you. But at the home or at the office, sure, that would work great. And if you are on the road or traveling, when you get back to your home, I would recommend using your foam roller before you sleep that night to help to stretch out your back and manage some of that spinal stiffness you will have accumulated throughout the day. This week's video has been all about what are the 5 best stretches that can be performed to manage pain and improve your life if you sit quite a bit throughout the day, either for work or for travel. But there are so many different topics I could post about. It really just depends on what you guys would like to see. So post your comments below and subscribe so I can do my best to create a meaningful video for you or a loved one to improve quality of life. This is Dr. John Mayo, physical therapist, really hoping that this program has been helpful for you or a loved one and improves your life.